Let's watch this rise and fall of Siren Head. Since I haven't seen Siren Head stuff in a while, ever since it came out. Well, ever since people decided to look at, well, decided to make games off of just an art piece. Which let me tell you, when I first saw Siren Head, I was looking at creepy pictures to get inspiration for my games and media and stuff. And then I saw Siren Head, thought, hey, this is a cool looking thing, just like any of his other works. And well, I kept seeing more stuff about Siren Head. And then it became, oh, there's games of it. Wait a minute. Why are they paid for? Wait, is the creator getting money from this? The creator's not? This has gotten way too much. Yeah. Let's watch the rise and fall of Siren Head. Get away from the dramatic stuff at the moment. Warning, this video contains loud noises, flashing lights, and distorting images.
Throughout internet history.
Should I be watching this if it has flashing lights? Is he at least gonna tell? I do want to see this, but if it's saying something about flashing lights, I may need to choose something else. Every game has flashing lights. All right, you know what? I'm gonna place the blame on you.
Countless creepypasta-inspired beings have surfaced.
In all seriousness, if you are afraid of that, and you just want to listen to my voice, I'll let you know when we're done.
Created to entertain, frighten, and intrigue audiences all over the world. However, one figure stands apart from the rest, an entity both familiar and terrifying, and a creature that has redefined digital age horror as we know it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the story on the rise and fall of Siren Head.
Jeez, we don't need a hard drop. Siren Head.
To understand Siren Head's origins, we first need to explore the mind that brought it to life.
Yeah, it's very much unnecessary editing.
And that begins with one individual from Toronto, Canada. Trevor Henderson, an acclaimed horror artist and illustrator, is the visionary behind this unsettling creation. Over the last decade, Henderson has dedicated himself to unearthing the dark corners of his imagination, particularly through a found footage horror series he began in the latter half of the 2010s. Through these haunting, photorealistic images, he introduced a multitude of terrifying monsters, including Longhorse, Cartoon Cat, and of course, Siren Head.
Hey, I know some of his pieces.
Described as an emaciated 40-foot-tall abomination wrapped in decaying mummified skin, Siren Head made its debut on Henderson's Tumblr account on August 19th, 2018. It was accompanied by the following caption. She was on vacation with her husband, and they were scoping out graveyards on the way, as you do, when she saw it rising out of the old cemetery, big as an old telephone pole.
Wait, scouting out a graveyard? This is new stuff I'm hearing. Scouting out a graveyard during a vacation? Makes it seem like there's gonna be a death in the family soon, and they're just looking for a graveyard to put their family in. I don't know.
As she stepped out of the car, the megaphones on its head screeched the life. A buzzing doubled voice screamed random words at her. At this point, it jerked into motion, striding down the hill towards her. When asked about Siren Head's inspiration in an April 2020 article from Now Toronto, Henderson explained, "In 2018, I did a doodle that was all digital art. The idea was, what would it be like if I could do a moment in a found footage horror movie with VHS texture and stuff? After doing some quick digging myself, that doodle is assumed to be this piece, uploaded July 16th,
Hey, Markiplier mentioned.
2018. From this date on, Trevor's fans began sending in photos for him to spookify with his monster designs. Out of this new art series, one creature stood out and captivated everyone the most: Siren Head. I don't even know where he came from," Trevor elaborates in the Now Toronto article. "I just drew a creature in this photo and wrote up a vague blurb about it. Something about the design hadn't quite been done in that way before, and it just resonated." Over the course of the following months, Trevor continued to release new Siren Head content.
Throughout that little article, I saw Jacksepticeye Guy and Markiplier just being mentioned in it.
Almost as if he was beginning to build a universe of its own around this thing. His work also caught the eye of indie developer Modus Interactive, who created a PS1-style horror game based on Siren Head and released
I've
it
seen
on
that
October
one.
31st, 2018. Though this game would eventually thrust Siren Head into viral fame, that part of the story was still yet to come. In the tradition of internet horror icons,
Why do you hear Doom music? Is it Doom music? I've yet to play Doom, the original Doom. I played Doom 2016.
like Slenderman and the Backrooms, Siren Head tapped into a collective fascination
And also a little bit of Doom 3.
with the unknown. As Siren Head's journey from niche monster to viral phenomenon was just beginning, the creature began to gain traction in online horror communities. Its bizarre skeletal form and iconic sirens for heads struck a chord with people, sparking endless theories, fan art, and stories that expanded its reach within the online horror community. Throughout 2019, Siren Head continued to grow in popularity, fueled by fan engagement and online video content. YouTubers like myself, along with channels such as Ancient Horror and Clark Teeter, began diving into Siren Head's lore.
Oh, Billy actually did a bunch of other of the monsters? Oh. I heard that Lawn Horse isn't really that bad of a creature. Bridgeworm sounds really terrifying. Ugh.
Analyzing the creature's unsettling traits and connecting it to Henderson's larger universe of work. These topics drew millions of views from audiences all around the world, introducing even more people to this towering monstrosity and fueling a fascination with Henderson's creations. In fact, if we look at Google Trends, we can see the moment Siren Head began to rise in popularity, with significant jumps in late 2019 to early 2020. But 2020 was the year everything changed for Siren Head. That was the year the monster went viral, transcending its internet origins and becoming a true horror icon.
Fallout 4 mod? Oh yeah! I did play a Fallout... What was it? It was either a Silent Hill mod or it was called the Grim mod. Imagine if Cthulhu Mythos came out in 2020. Yeah, everyone would be head over heels with Cthulhu. On her head, but is overweight. No, that's just wide. What the heck's wrong with you?
As we moved into 2020, Siren Head wasn't just an internet horror character anymore. It was a phenomenon. Millions of people were discovering Trevor Henderson's creation for the first time, and it wasn't just through his artwork. Beginning around April of that year, YouTubers such as Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and PewDiePie brought Henderson's terrifying world to life.
Wait, PewDiePie did this too? I thought around this time he retired.
By playing the Modus interactive game and diving down the Trevor Henderson cryptid rabbit hole, thus introducing millions of their viewers to this towering monstrosity.
Holy shit! I thought I would be able to hear you coming! You are so big!
Across social media, Siren Head was
Okay, you don't need to edit that hard, my dude. It's probably your style, but you don't need to be that hard into it. Retired. Oh, so he's just dropping a video to every so often. I get it. Like he did the one with the drawing. It was definitely a hard edit. It was so hard that I broke my teeth biting into that.
everywhere, from fan art and cosplays to memes and TikTok videos. What started as a single drawing had turned into a cultural sensation, and by the summer of 2020, no matter where you looked on the internet, Siren Head was lurking. On TikTok,
And this is where the younger kids are going around and seeing Siren Head stuff. It's your new garbage content. Here's the garbage content. Meow. And you go. Boop. The Skibbity Kids. Yes! It's the Skibbity Kids!
Siren Head inspired its own wave of trends. Users created various sightings, blending horror with humor, and turning Siren Head into a figure that could terrify one.
Okay, that's funny. I have to admit, that's funny. Just Siren Head, like a giant Siren Head. That's
Moment and entertained the next. Even my friends were asking me about Siren Head during its peak.
Oh jeez. I didn't even see the Siren Head in the trees.
Friends who had never shown any interest in horror before. The creature's reach went beyond the horror community and into the mainstream, becoming a talking point even among people who usually stayed away from such things. Mainstream media even took notice of Siren Head's popularity. Articles and blogs popped up across the web, analyzing the creature's appeal and interviewing Henderson about his work. It was clear that Siren Head wasn't just another internet trend. It was a horror phenomenon. As fans embraced Siren Head,
Wait, Lamp Head? On the right there?
over
Why? Okay.
from the digital world into the real one, merchandise started appearing. A ton of it. Everything from art prints to custom figurines.
Why is there a Siren Head chat sticker? Why is that existing? Wait, Siren Head short sleeve baby onesie? What? I'm just gonna continue.
I even have a little Siren Head plushie a friend got for me a few years ago. However, I highly
for the
doubt
care
that most
package.
of these are authorized by Trevor himself, so if you're going to purchase anything, please consider supporting the artist directly.
Yes, please.
Anyway, Siren Head's sudden fame didn't just elevate the creature itself, it brought a wave of attention to Trevor Henderson's entire gallery of nightmares. Creatures like Longhorse, Cartoon Cat, the man with the upside down face, and more began gaining recognition, becoming some of the most iconic cryptids of the new decade. Suddenly, Henderson's monsters weren't just pieces of art. They were a new breed of cryptids, entities that felt as timeless as famous urban legends. So with its rise and peak being displayed for all to see, what do we ultimately think drew people to Siren Head? Well, from a design standpoint, in
No? Wow, you're missing out then.
my opinion, Siren Head is both strange and familiar, ancient and modern, if you will. There's something about its towering, skeletal form that taps into a primal fear. A feeling that it doesn't quite belong. That somehow it's been here all along. But it's more than just the design that drew people in. Siren Head's blank, emotionless presence, the most mundane and macabre environments,
Can I just say that's just too much blood for any normal person? Also by no means a big cryptid person, so probably why. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that would explain a little bit then.
left a lot to the imagination. We're left wondering, what does it want? Why does it exist? It's the lack of answers that keeps people intrigued, drawn to the mystery surrounding it. Henderson did provide some official lore for Siren Head, which I'm sure has expanded since I last covered it in 2020, but the backstory was minimal at best. Henderson allowed us to use our imagination to fill in the blanks. The timing of Siren Head's rise also played a significant role. In 2020, the world was grappling with fear and uncertainty due to the global pandemic.
I knew
wouldn't
it.
doubt that some saw Siren Head as a reflection of those anxieties, a towering figure emitting warning sirens, symbolizing the persistent sense of danger and the unknown that characterized that year. Siren Head evolved into more than just a monster. As I stated in my June 2019 video on this creature, Siren Head is like a symbol of a collective fear, a reminder that the unknown is lurking around every corner. However, as with many viral sensations, its peak couldn't last forever. As Siren Head's popularity began to wane, the digital landscape continued to shift, and new trends emerged. Siren Head's reign as the #1 trending horror icon was beginning to fade. And I believe I can point out why.
Well, yeah, because there's new stuff that's coming out. And having Siren Head, just being there, it'll be it's a thing. So new stuff comes out, Siren Head will get left behind. It's a cycle. There's really no other way to say it. It's a cycle of new thing comes out, new thing gets overused, new thing gets thrown out. Rinse and repeat. They modified its design in Sound Mind for its Flash monster, which was a tower with a spotlight and a gun? Huh? In Sound Mind? Wait a minute. Is that a game? Oh, wait a minute. That is a game. Oh. It's 90% off? You know what? I might actually get this. Maybe. I don't know.
Like any 15 minutes of fame, Siren Head's time at the top couldn't last forever. After Henderson's explosive reach in 2020, the internet became saturated with Siren Head content.
Told you.
Art, stories, games, theories. It was everywhere. This constant exposure led to a kind of oversaturation effect. Initially, people couldn't get enough of Siren Head, but as the novelty began to wear off, it became harder to recapture that initial sense of fear and mystery. Throughout the rest of 2020 and into 2021, other talented artists began creating their own horror creatures, inspired by Henderson's found footage
Oh, I know about Elite Horrors.
style. These artists gave rise to new universes of monsters. In a way, Henderson's influence spread far beyond Siren Head, sparking a kind of horror renaissance on the internet. Artists tapped into their own imaginations, creating creatures that felt just as haunting and timeless as Henderson's. There was also a shift in the audience. Siren Head's appeal had grown so wide that it caught the attention of younger viewers, kids who discovered the creature through TikTok and YouTube. For some horror fans, this mainstream appeal took away part of what made Siren Head so chilling. Suddenly, Siren Head wasn't just a creature lurking in the shadows anymore. It was appearing in memes, TikToks, and even children's stories. For older fans, this shift diluted its mystique, turning it into something more accessible and perhaps less frightening. This led to another effect. As interest in Siren Head and Henderson's cryptid shifted to a younger audience, some content creators began to add their own lore and stories into Henderson's universe.
Oh, come on.
They took creative liberties, giving Siren Head backstories, abilities, and even a wife. Okay, but like, what the actual fuck?
What? Wait, ho, 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 whoa, whoa, what?
Abilities, and even a wife. Okay, but like...
What? Okay, besides the anime head, that looks good. Or another creature, but the anime head is what's getting to me. With the freaking buns with mouth. Okay, let's just
what the
skip.
actual fuck? None of this, of course, was never part of Henderson's original.
The internet is an effing weird place. Did you just now realize that? I kid.
Vision. While these additions introduced Siren Head to new fans, they blurred the line between Henderson's eerie, minimalistic style and fan fiction. For dedicated fans, these reinterpretations risk taking away from the raw, haunting simplicity that made Henderson's creation so unique in the first place. Yet through it all, Trevor remained dedicated to his art. He could have commercialized Siren Head, pushing it further into the mainstream, but he chose to stay true to his independent roots. Henderson avoided the franchise route, preserving his creations as pieces of art.
Oh, I know that feeling. I've only gotten into the deep lore into the internet probably when I was 11 or 12. And that's because my half sister decided to introduce me to MySpace. And well, it just went downhill from there.
Rather than products. It was a decision that kept the spirit of Siren Head intact, but it also meant the character lacked the ongoing content that might have kept it in the spotlight longer, which isn't a bad thing by any
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Good to know.
means. Even though Siren Head isn't at the peak it once had, its legacy endures. It was more than just a fleeting trend. It redefined digital horror, inspired countless artists, and showed how a single frightening image can still captivate millions. In the end, Siren Head has taken its place as a modern horror legend, a cryptid of the internet age, haunting the digital realm and the memories of those who encountered it during its time. So what do you think led to Siren Head's explosive popularity? Did it tap into a collective fear? Or was it simply the right monster at the right time? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments.
What's so scary about Siren Head? Just a looming figure out in the horizon. I get it. It's like any other creature. The only time I would actually be afraid is there was a Slenderman game that involved going into a forest with no leaves. And your camera was so grainy that it actually helped cloak Slenderman. Excuse me, not Slenderman. Siren Head, and actually help hide him in the trees. Because, you know, long with long legs, so you wouldn't think otherwise. My exposure to Siren is anything too on. I suspect it was the YouTubers, streamers playing the games based on them. Yes, the YouTubers definitely helped out, especially with Markiplier, because you know how Markiplier is. When he plays a game, people go and play games. I know this because I'm also a content creator. I go and play those games as well. And not a lot of people know about the existence, and then they do, and then they take it and then make money off of it. Just look at Skibbity Toilet. I don't know if the dude is making money off the merchandise. It's weird. In fact, Siren had got more games and then more people showed them. Since, like I said, I've never heard of the other ones he mentioned, like Long Horse. That's just Gary Mod assets. They are. Rini knows you're absolutely right. They are Gary Mod assets, and if he's making money off of them, not from the YouTube content, but from merchandise, that kind of sounds a bit like grounds of a lawsuit. However, with merchandise and all that, it's all stolen. Of course it's all stolen. It's in Gary's mod. They're all ad assets that you just ground together and placed it in source. Absolutely super sketchy. However, what was I gonna say? Right, I was looking at, like I said before, I was looking at some creatures for, you know, creature design, saw a Siren Head, thought, oh, neat, just like any other. And I heard of Lawn Horse and Wormbridge. There's a whole bunch of monsters that are just cool. Making something funny with the program Valve put out to make videos is one thing, but yeah, making physical merch is not okay. It is definitely not okay. You've seen plenty of other projects out there. What was Heavy? Putis Heavy? I forgot. It was a really well animated source filmmaker movie. I think part of the Siren Head appeal is that he has a lot of common with Silent Hill stuff, the fog, the siren, etc. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right about that one with the fog and Silent Hill inspiration. I'm kind of positive Silent Hill is an inspiration and not directly taken.
And if you're intrigued by Siren Head and want to explore more, I encourage you to check out Trevor Henderson's work and support all the independent artists who continue to fuel our nightmares in the best way possible. Also, a major thanks to my family, friends, patrons, and you, the viewers. Thank you so much for making this comeback worth it. I can't wait to show you what's all in store next.
Is there gonna be another hard edit?
But as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, good night.
Yep. Another hard edit. Thank you for your spooky stuff there, Billy Styler. A lot of overlap in people's preferences, I mean, not taking from it. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Because you can take not take ideas, but be inspired by ideas. Billy's back. Oh, it's the dude. Oh, I know this dude. Yeah, this dude that made the man in the suit. What's he doing here? Moral of the story is that no matter how good a thing can be, oversaturation will always numb or even kill it. But through it all, Trevor remained faithful to his vision, and we all respect him for it. I'd have any better. And that reminds me too. Remember Undertale? Remember how that got super popular, and no matter where you went or go to online, you would always hear Undertale. Don't get me wrong, it's a great game, but you keep hearing it all the time and you're sick of it. I'm just giving an example though. What's another video that was out? Or excuse me, a game that was out that was super popular? Oh! I got another example. Mouthwashing. All throughout TikTok, I kept hearing about mouthwashing, went to play it, saw it was a great game. Now I'm seeing a bunch of edits, a lot of cosplay, a lot of shipping, a lot of hating on a certain character. The whole hype thing, the whole hype kills things phenomenon is so weird to think about. Just still on the train of thought as someone who grew up without the internet, really. Oh, because a lot of the stuff without internet was word of mouth. Wasn't really a thing before that. Undertale. What is that laugh there, Rennis? Rennis. Nymph. I'm getting colorblind switched or color switched. Looking at Nymph as purple and Rennis as orange. Thank you for this, Billy. I'm offended. Stay offended. Trends and fads just kind of died off or stuck around before the internet, but now stuff gets so shoved in our faces, it actively kills our reactions to it. Yeah. It's weird. And as soon as everyone gets it, everyone is desensitized by it. Kuran, aren't you gonna say anything? Why is my TTS disabled? Why did you disable it? Kern, I blame you. Directly you. Don't worry about the colorblind thing, Hook. I hear it's just a phaser. I hate it. Fern wasn't having it. Apparently. Look at her. Look at her back there. Alright, let's go on to the next one.